Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Well, people, there is so much stuff going on here. And the Donald hour 47 and 45 is just going crazy. Absolutely berserk. He has decided that he doesn't want us to know about what happened between him and Epstein and these little girls. It is an absolute mess, people. It is an absolute mess. And I don't care what he does and what he get his cabinet people to do and everything, they are not going to get the public off of this dime here. You don't sit down there and man, 14-year-old girls, he can't cover that up. That's too much, man. He's out there messing with children. You don't cover that up. You can't cover that up. That's going to be in the news cycle for a long time. He can't get rid of this. He can't. 14-year-old girls, man, everybody's got a video about him. They got videos all over the place about his stuff. And we come to find out that he done told his Department of Justice to release his Epstein's grand jury testimony. That grand jury testimony, they said, doesn't even touch the mess that they got on. These people talking about, and get this, Ted, that's over 300 gigabytes. Do you guys know how much information that is? 300 gigabytes of stuff.
Tell us what it is.
300 gigabytes. You talking a hundred, over a hundred HD movies, over 100 HD movies of information. Each HD movie and stuff is probably 3 gigabytes in size.
Was that about an hour and a half?
Oh man, you looked at 2 hours. At least 2 hours of video. But most of the stuff in that video, it is hard copy stuff. It is testimonies and stuff from hundreds of girls. It is testimonies and stuff and everything from all kinds of other people and stuff that was involved in this mess. They got testimonies and stuff from the girl who finally killed herself. She was 40. They did something to her when she was 14 years old, and she finally murdered herself. She committed suicide when she was 41. Just committed suicide last year because she couldn't deal with it. Because they brought her on and they asked the girl and stuff, you were 14, but why didn't you tell somebody? And the little girl said, I don't know, because there was so much pressure on me. And that these men who had done this to me were so powerful, wasn't anybody going to believe me. That was her testimony. And part of the whole thing is these girls are coming forth and saying that when they were 14 years old, Epstein was messing with him, but they said as soon as they got to be 18 years old, they knew he was going to leave him alone because he liked little girls.
Mm,
Once they came 18 years old, they were too old for him.
mm.
Now Trump filed a lawsuit, $20 billion against the Wall Street Journal from a letter that he said that they don't have.
And the newspapers ain't got no damn sense. They need to put that damn letter in every major newspaper.
Ted, they don't want to do that. Too much money involved. They're going to make a lot of money off of this. A lot more than what the newspaper going to give them. Rupert Murdoch got him a gold mine he's sitting on. He got a gold mine. He's sitting on a gold mine. He ain't giving rid of that stuff. He ain't letting them see nothing. He holding on to that stuff because he got a grip on the Donald. He can get anything he want out of Donald Trump right now. He got him. He ain't giving up his ace. He got an ace in the hole on Donald. Because the letter exists. It's there. It exists. And the picture that he drew with these little girls, private parts and everything that he drew and put his name over it. It exists. You know damn well they wouldn't have printed that stuff and everything and not know that that stuff was real because they knew what Donald Trump been doing to other media. They've been assuming the crap out of them and they've been giving it up and everything for nothing. Rupert Murdoch ain't giving up shit. Donald going to have to come to him with a whole lot of money or some stuff and everything that we don't even know about. He gonna get some stuff out of him. He got a grip on that boy. A grip on him, and all the other billionaires out there who gonna have to pay him to cover that stuff up. There's a lot of money involved in this stuff, Ted. A lot of money, big money. This may be the start of the event and stuff of breaking this boy down. This may be it. Messing with little kids, little girls. This may be the straw that broke that camel's back. You people can't hide it, man. The blondie can't hide it. Cassell, whatever that man's name, head of the FBI, he can't hide this stuff, man. He's not gonna be able to hide it. Too much information out there now. Anyway, Ted, I got a name here nobody's ever heard of. This man's name is Maxwell Cambusco.
What you want me to say?
You can go on whatever you got to say and everything. Well, we're going to talk about Maxwell Cambusco here later on in the show.
Okay, well, let me just tell you this. Of course, you know, it's all over the internet. You just got through talking about it. So I don't really want to talk about it because it's like, I mean, this guy's trying to tear down anything and everybody that he can. But something came on C-SPAN this morning.
Mm.
And the name of the program this morning, they had a guest, and the guy was, I wrote it down here. Let me see where I have it. He's from Cato Institute, and he deals with the budget of what's going on in the country. And he was explaining about the budget, and the first thing come out of his mouth is that we have to cut Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. So I looked up Cato Institute, which I've done before. I've talked about some of these different kind of organizations like Heritage and all that. But the point is that this is a libertarian organization, Cato Institute, founded by the Koch brothers. So they've been doling their money because they're libertarian. That's their ideology. Now, libertarians, they for defense and a very small government. Now, Project 2025 is exactly the same thing. And I'm sure they're backed by the Koch brothers and others because Peter Thiel is a libertarian and others. And everything should be commoditized, monetized. So he talked about the $9 billion that just cut off. He said, well, it needs to be done. Education needs to be shut down. We don't need that. We should let the states take care of it. So when it comes to a libertarian, they have no sympathy for the poor. Although they say you should have some type of social net. However, the thing that was upsetting me was that the host did not say anything about cuts to the military and the over abusive use of funds over the years of bringing this thing skyrocket. Now, the thing is, we already established that we collect, the United States collect through payroll almost 1.2, almost pretty close to $1.5 trillion for Medicare and Social Security. Might be even more than that. However, it does do a shortfall because you have millions of people that's on disability. Millions of people that's on disability. Millions of people are retired. But the question is that my thing is that he never talked about raising taxes. He for the way the taxes are, that was a good plan, not to have as many taxes because it's going to hurt businesses. Business has to grow. Business have to have funds, which to a certain degree he might be right. But you have to be reasonable because we're not dealing with the 1960s or even the 1970s. Our population in the 1960s was only 200 million people. We got almost 400 million people in this country now. It has doubled. But we only bringing in $5 trillion. So they overspending every year for the last 3-4 years or longer, over $2 trillion over budget. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that we have so many forces, ideology type people. You got your ultimate conservative Republicans, then you got the real conservatives or the people that's white wing that's really don't want nobody but white folks running this country, and they want all other people, either domicile or out of this country. And then you have these crazy left people, the same thing. They're just as bad as the white wings. So now, here we are, the people in the middle living an everyday life, and I done said this before 100 times. We live in our everyday life, trying to take care of our family, trying to get our kids a good education and everything. This man then stopped. Education just don't talk about or deal with elementary and high school and stuff like that. It deals with colleges. It gives grants. It gives all kind of programs for colleges so that you can get into school in certain schools. It does more than just deal with the education on the elementary and high school level. So the thing what I'm trying to get across is that these people are just messing up their whole thing, and they're not going to feel this thing until next year. When this money start getting doled out, he can already start cutting. You know, they got this thing they call, I think it's called rescission or something like that, where they can go and they can make a appeal and say, well, we don't have to send them this money. And they say that that thing has never happened before, but one time. Well, he's doing it every time you look around. He's stopping these people from getting their money that's already been allocated for them. So that means they're going to fill some of this stuff this year. But next year, when that money get to piling up and start being doled out, there's a lot of stuff that's not going to be paid for. There's a lot of people going to be hurting. So the point is that all of these different ideologies and philosophies and political persuasion, I'm saying, do not be fooled by this Elon Musk independent third party. Do we need a third party? Probably so, but it shouldn't be him that's starting it because he's going to control it. Because he's going to be giving people all kind of money to get it started. So now what is that going to do? That's going to take a lot of votes from the Democratic Party. It might take some votes from the Republican Party as well, but I doubt it. So I'm just saying, all this ideology that's out there, all this stuff that's going on, what is your priority as a voter? What is your priority? You have a congressperson, you have state representatives, you have a senator. What is your priorities? What are you telling? What do you need? And that's what we have to focus on. What do we need? What do you need in each one of in your city, in your town? And if they're not providing those things, then you need to get somebody else to start running in their place. If these are your tax dollars that's being spent, and they just willy-nilly just spending money any kind of way they want to, and you have to realize that Congress is supposed to take care of the budget. They dole out the money. And you got to be serious about the Senate. This ain't no joke because they the one pick all the judicial system. They pick all the judges. They confirm all these people in the White House and everywhere else. And if you don't have the right senators to put the right people in there and say, no, we're not voting for you. We don't even want you here. They just passed somebody to be a judge who's probably going to be one of the worst judges, evil people in the world. As far as I'm concerned, because from stuff that I read about him is ridiculous. So I'm just saying, your vote has consequences. If you don't vote or if you do vote. That's what the word woke means. You have to be in tune with politics, business, education, and your surroundings. Meaning that is your community secure? Do you have adequate security and the police is serving and protecting? If they run around arresting people for nothing or just walking down the street, then you need to be calling somebody up. calling your mayor, calling the other people. That's all I'm saying. Get involved. That's what woke really means to me. Now, I don't know what it means to you. I mean, woke also means to me is be in tune and know my own history. Come on, people. That's why we say, wake up, get woke. You know, they have used that as a negative term, but as far as I'm concerned, no, I've been woke for years. And we've been using that term for years. But they took it and stole it, and they use it all kind of ways. Oh, that's the left. They mark us. No. We are woke because we know what's going on. We know what time it is. We see you. We see your evilness. We see your unrighteousness. We see your prejudice and your racism and all of that. We're woke. Now, does that mean every person or every kind of ethnic group that's prejudiced and bigoted? No. But we know when we see it. We know it when we see it. You know why we know it? I'm gonna tell you why we know it. Because we know our own people, and we have to deal with them too. We're not a monolithic people. We got what we call Uncle Toms. Some people call them coons and all that, and they'll squill on what the community is doing, and then they go tell somebody, and then they try to belittle us. So we're in tune with all of that. A lot of us are in tune with all that. But the point is that I'm upset with mostly black people, not all black people, but when you don't vote, you hurting all of us. You're hurting your children, your grandchildren. And right now, we're being hurt right now. I would just, give me a couple more minutes and I'll be done. I was just listening to Mark Morrell, president of the Urban League.
Mm-hmm.
When he was talking, it was almost like I was talking because we're thinking the same level. But the only thing that he can come up with, we got to keep fighting. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing you can do is keep fighting. You know, take them to court. That's all. That's all we got. You can't do nothing violent, or you shouldn't be want to do anything violent. But the point is, only thing we got is to keep fighting, and we got to fight in the legal system. We got, of course, protests. You can do all kind of things, to, do things that you have to do as far as protests. But the bottom line is that he's right. That's all we can do is keep fighting for a better life for the black community. And everybody in the black community ain't for a better life. They just want to just do whatever they want to do, but that's their business. It's a free country. Do what the hell you want to do. If you don't understand the mission and you don't understand the vision, anyway, let me shut up. I can go on, but go ahead.
I'm listening to what you say, man, but I got some thoughts running through my mind and stuff. But you can go ahead and say what you got to say. I got a whole lot of stuff here that I'm thinking about here, getting ready to say here. This is
No, the thing is though, bro, these people have been stealing money from the taxpayers. I ain't just talking about black people. They stealing money from us. Of course they're doing that because it's taxation without representation. But the point is that they steal it from their own people.
Oh well, hey, Ted, Trump has and the people who are with him have no compassion and everything for if somebody is like them. They only care about themselves. That's it. They don't care about color. All they care about is themselves, and they don't give a damn who gets hurt. And Trump, he's got this thing against people of color, but the people who are backing him up, those billionaires and everything, they don't care about them folks. Anybody, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever, they don't give a shit. All they care about is their money. And if anybody gets hurt, it does not bother them. They have that mentality and everything. Uh,
Ed, if you believe that, I got a swamp
I
right
believe
here,
it. I
right
believe it.
right down the
They,
street. I can sell you if you
yeah,
believe
well,
that.
I buy it. I buy it because I believe that. They don't give a crap. They don't give a crap about who it is. All they care about is their money. That's it. And if somebody gets hurt, they don't care about it. They really don't. If they did, look at what Elon did when he first came in office. He didn't give a shit about DEI or anybody in any kind of agency. He didn't care. He cut some CDC folks. You know, it's mostly white folks over there at the CDC, the people who are engineers and scholars or whatever. He didn't care nothing about them. He just cut them out. Go head on. He didn't care.
Well, that's because they were trying to better Americans' health.
No, they wasn't trying to build it. They wanted
I'm
to
talking
get
about
money for
CDC. I'm talking
themselves.
about the thing is that they planned. You see who he put in HSS. He put that Kennedy Jr. in there, and
He didn't care. And that wasn't Elon's
he's over
choices.
CDC.
But that
Kennedy
wasn't
is over
Elon.
CDC.
That wasn't Elon's choice. The only thing Elon cared about was getting that money. That was it. He didn't give a crap who did what. They could have put a monkey in charge of the CDC. He didn't care as long as they cut them people out and he got that
Well,
money.
he found out it wasn't as easy as he thought it was going to be.
He
And he
didn't
found
care.
out that the government is really efficient when it comes to Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. When he found out that all those programs was mostly efficient, yeah, there are some people that's ripping off the government, but usually that's what you have the FBI for, and that's why you have all these agencies for to catch their ass,
But
and
they
they've been
didn't
catching them.
care. They didn't care about that. That wasn't Elon's purpose. Elon's purpose was to go in
Well,
there
how
and
much
cut.
money did he
And
actually? How much
it,
money
it
did he
didn't
save?
it didn't matter how much money he saved. Only thing he cared about was to cover up and to get these people out of these jobs. That's the only thing he cared about.
Yep.
Cut in the federal government. That's what he wanted to do.
He
Cut it.
only he only he only
He
did.
cut it. He
Well,
cut
listen. He only
anybody
did.
anybody
He
with
did it
any
to do the
kind of
$200 billion,
anybody
bro.
with any kind of sense would not cut out the people who are bringing your money in. You gonna cut out your accountant, your bookkeeper, because they bringing in your money? No, they're not. They the last one they did. They cut the IRS. Damn them. Get them out of their job. Those are the people that's bringing the money and stuff in. They didn't care. They didn't care. And we looked at it. Why that don't make any sense. You messing with the IRS and these people supposed to be bringing in your money? They didn't care. You cut them.
Well, the reason why they don't want to be audited, bro. A lot of
That
these
too, but
nonprofits
that
and
too,
these
but
corporations
that
don't
too,
want to be audited.
but that too. But they also were the ones who were bringing in the money from the other people. But they didn't care about that. All they wanted to do was cut them out. That's it. Cut the federal government. That was the only thing that they wanted to do. They didn't care if they were black, white. They just rolled them out the door.
Now
The
you mentioned
EPA.
about three
They
or
done
four
rolled the
different
EPA
agencies.
out the door. They done got
You
rid of
everywhere,
FEMA.
bro. You bringing 3 or 4
You
agencies
got
up.
rid of FEMA. They done
I'm
rolled them
just
out the
telling
door.
you
They got
what
rid of
you
the Department
saying.
of
I'm not
Education.
denying what Ed.
Roll them out the door.
Ed, I'm not denying what you're saying is not true. What I'm saying is that when you look at the big picture, he said that he was going to do $2 trillion. The reason why his ass,
Did he do $2 trillion?
I just told you, he said he was going to do 2 trillion.
But did he do it?
No, hell no, he didn't do 200
Okay,
million.
that's okay.
He didn't do
That's what I'm
200
saying.
billion.
He
That's why
did
his
not
ass is
care.
broke.
All he cared about was the money that
Because he
went in his
found
pocket.
out, like I just said 2 minutes ago, he found out. He said, "Damn, they are efficient."
He didn't care, Ted. He didn't care because if he did care, he would have told the truth. He sat there and lied about how much he done cut out. And the people knew, and the media people knew he was lying. He told a lie. If he cared, he would have told the truth. These people are crazy, Ted. I'm telling you, they are absolutely out of their damn mind. All they care about is their money. That's it. Nobody else.
What you got?
Oh man, I got two biggies here. I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna leave Maxwell alone. I'm gonna start out with Israel.
Uh-oh. Be careful.
I ain't gotta be careful. I'm telling you the truth.
You can't
Because
talk about Israel.
no, these people know that this shit is true. Absolutely the god awful truth. And we are still seeing Taco Man still telling folks that Israel and the United States obliterated the nuclear program in Iran. He's still telling this lie. His own generals have told him that didn't happen. Now almost every foreign country out there know that he is lying. He's sitting there still telling this lie today. He told it last night on his social media thing. We obliterated Iran. They won't be able to do anything as far as uranium enrichments and stuff for at least 2 years. He wrote it. And they already know that Iran, they within about a month, maybe at the best 2 months away from going back to enriching uranium again. So Israel didn't do nothing to Iran when they went over there and bombed them. But guess what Iran did to them? They crippled them summer guns, and they ain't telling nobody nothing about it.
What to do it?
They got two major seaports and stuff that's in their country. Iran completely destroyed them.
Mm.
They have a facility and stuff there that produces their oil refineries and stuff. They completely destroyed them. Iran did. Destroyed them. They tore up a bunch of their stuff and everything that they can't get. All major American corporations, their buildings is messed up. Tore them down, blasted them out. And what they did was they made sure that Israel was weak militarily. Their missiles that they were sending over there and they were using to keep the Iron Dome going, them daggone missiles were $4 million a piece. And they were shooting them things off 100, 200 at a time. Iran was sending over 300 and 400 daggone rockets every night. And they were shooting these daggone things out to protect Israel. Every time they shot one of them off, there was $4 million that was gone. Right now, their stockpile of missiles and everything to protect themselves is almost zero. The U.S. armament factory can only produce 550 of them a year.
Really?
Yeah. They can only produce 500 and something a year. They don't have enough to give to Ukraine, even though Trump said we're going to give this stuff to them. He lied. They can't even give Israel anything. They are weak right now. Anybody come over there and invade them or shoot at them or whatever, they cannot protect themselves. Those people over there in Israel are scared to damn death. And the only reason why they over there still messing with those little small countries and stuff and everything, because they know these little small countries, these what they call them, Houthis or whatever they call them and stuff, because they got so many of them damn groups over there. The Houthis, they don't have nowhere near what Iran and stuff has, so they can go over there and shoot them down and bomb them or whatever and everything to create havoc in the Middle East to bully folks and stuff to make them think that they still strong. But their enemies and stuff know that they are weak as tea as far as military. If Iran wanted to strike back at them right now, they can completely destroy that daggone country, and they couldn't stop them.
Mm.
During the 12-day war that Iran and Israel and stuff had, they used our GPS system and stuff and everything to monitor what the heck was going on around the world. Well, China has a better system. So they switched over and left the GPS alone. That was one of the reasons and stuff why the United States did not know that them fools had moved their uranium and stuff out of those two different places that they went and bombed. They wasn't using GPS anymore. They were using China's satellite system, which is a hell of a lot better than the GPS. Whole lot of stuff is going on here that these folks ain't telling us about. And then the people over here in the news media here in the United States ain't telling us the whole daggone story. And Israel and stuff refuse to let any media take pictures of the devastation that had went on in their country. They don't want folks to know what's going on, but they already know. They already find out because they got these satellite imageries that's coming over and everything, and they're taking pictures of the devastation that's going on there. They're in trouble, and we can't bail them out again. Most of these folks and stuff in our country, Ted, does not know about all this stuff. They have no idea. They're not going over there and listen to these international news folks because the news that we get in the United States ain't saying nothing about that. Nothing at all. All right. Maxwell Kimbusco. He was born in 1981 in Zimbabwe, Africa. He was very, very poor, black man. He dropped out of school when he was 15 years old. He had to drop out of school because he was so poor that he couldn't, his family couldn't afford to send him off to school. Supposedly, this man is a genius. They're comparing him to Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. He has invented an electric cars and anything electric. He got that these batteries and stuff that they use to run these cars are self-charging. Once he puts his system inside these cars, they will run for 20 years. You don't have to put any power in them.
20 years.
20 years. Now, the folks over here in the Western Hemisphere, a lot of them are thinking he's a scam, he's a fool. But he's holding on to his invention. He finally got the president of Zimbabwe to give him some of their government money so he can use his invention and everything to build some cars and motorcycles, helicopters. And he got a plan, and they're calling him Maxwell Power. But the people here in the United States and Europe does not want to admit that he might have something and stuff there. There have been people that have came to Zimbabwe and he's did big conferences and stuff with him to show them his stuff. That he has some batteries, he has power units that are self-running. Once you get them, they recharge themselves.
What's his name again?
Maxwell Cambusco from Zimbabwe. But he's trying to get a patent for his invention because he doesn't want the people in the Western Hemisphere to steal his invention. But they're telling him that he can't do it. All the experts said that's not impossible. That is against the laws of physics, what he says that he can do.
Mm.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, he came to the United States, him and a friend of his, and they tried to poison him. His friend died from the poison. He almost died. And
Mm.
he finally got himself back together again, and he came back to Zimbabwe and stuff, and he said he ain't leaving that place there because these fools don't want him to bring out his invention and everything because it's going to cause some big trouble out there in the industry, especially in the electric car industry and stuff, where you don't have to have anything to charge your batteries up. Once you put this stuff in there, you got your batteries inside the car, and he has hookups and stuff inside these cars or whatever you got. But this unit is in, you can plug it in and put it into your house and be able to run your refrigerator and anything else in your home that's electric.
Mm.
They say he's a scam, but nobody is. I saw some videos of him and what he's got. He got some. He got a they after Zimbabwe gave him some money and everything. They got a car sitting out there that's running with his batteries, and he supposedly is taking a trip, a 14,000-mile trip from someplace up there in the northern part of Africa all the way down to South Africa, and don't have to worry about charging nothing up. You can drive through the jungle or the desert, whatever they got, and he don't have to have no wait. He doesn't have to charge them batteries up at all.
Well, it's a lot of
Yeah,
different people that have come up with
a
different
lot of
schemes.
yes, sir.
However,
They are thinking that he's a scam artist. A lot of people say that he's a scam artist. They are telling him he don't know what the hell he's talking about. But the president of Zimbabwe believes him because he invested some money in him.
well,
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. Because there was a guy. I don't know if he was here in Florida or somewhere that he invented and figured out a way that water you need all you have to do is put water in your gas tank.
Yep.
I
And
think
there
he
and there
done that.
and there are people out there that's advertising and stuff that they can create water out of the air. All you gotta do is crank this baby up, and you can get your own water supply. You don't have to worry about having no water coming in because you got all the water you want out of the air. They got folks who creating these air conditioning units and stuff that's about this big, and they can cool down a whole house in 60 minutes.
Well, here's the thing: when people come up with different inventions and things are already settled in, it's like like all those. America makes their money off of selling cars and selling houses.
Hmm.
Those are the two major things that keep the country going because money is flowing. Now the thing is, Ed, and I don't know what your thoughts is, because I'm getting that information now. They talking about They asking each one of you credit card people. I only got a couple, 2, 3 credit cards, and I don't owe a whole lot of money on it. But the point is that they
They can
asking,
steal your credit card number if they're within 19 feet of you.
yeah, they asking to use your credit card. You can put your digital stuff and use your credit card. So it's a lot of stuff, of scams and all that kind of stuff, and some stuff is legitimate. But we are living in some dangerous, and you could say better times, because everything gets better. It's just a matter of weeding out the scammers.
We just not the scammers because there's a whole lot of them out there. A whole lot of them
But
out there.
you gotta have a whole lot of insight and knowledge and be able to deal with that. And a lot of us don't have all that, and don't have the time or even don't even have the capacity to understand all of that and how it works. So, but we're in a new age now. We're going to another age.
Well, it was interesting that this Maxwell was out there and everything because they were bringing up the fact and stuff that if he was in China or here in the United States and everything, that somebody could invest some money and stuff into him and they can start mass producing his invention. And he doesn't want to give them his patent and everything for his invention because he wants to keep it a secret because he doesn't want the Western Hemisphere to take away make all the money and stuff and give them pennies, nickels, and dimes for his invention if this thing works. If it works. There's a lot of doubt out there. But he's got these cars that he's driving around. He's got these motorcycles that he has these units and stuff in. He showed them a television set, and the plug was not, there was no power cord in the back of the television set, only his unit sitting there and everything, and the TV was working. I don't know, Ted. I don't know. This old, they say he's very confident about his stuff, and he's convinced some people and stuff in his country to put some money into this stuff. We'll see. Anyway, that was my highlight because I had to speak about that because it was very interesting and stuff that that he had came on there, and I happened to while I was doing my research and doing searching like I do every day and stuff for my show here, some interesting items and stuff that our audience and stuff might want to hear about. This thing, and he is a black man, Ted. He's a black man, okay?
Yeah, I see him right here.
He's a black man from Zimbabwe. I mean, he's definitely black man. So we do, as you keep trying to tell us, we do have some very smart black folks out there. And he didn't go to no regular school. He didn't go to an engineering school. He didn't even finish high school.
Well, that ain't nothing new. We got invented. We had inventors back in the 1800s
I know.
that
Look
didn't
at
go to
Steve.
school.
Look at Steve Jobs. And them. Look at they didn't. He didn't finish. He didn't go to. They went to college and stuff and dropped out. The way like a freshman, sophomore year and stuff. And he worked billions of dollars. Hell, boy with Microsoft and everything. He got his. I don't think he graduated either. Yep, they done invented stuff in their backyard. The guy who invented Google and stuff and everything, Eric Schmidt and his buddy and stuff and his two compadres and stuff, they invented Google and stuff inside their little apartment in their garage. And now all of them are
Facebook. Facebook.
multi-billionaires. Yeah, multi-billionaires.
Yeah.
But they
Hey,
white.
change the subject right quick.
Go ahead.
Your hero is going back to coaching.
Who is that?
Your hero. your famous coach.
No, they Kirby Smart said he wasn't coming back to coaching. That's a myth. Kirby said he talked to him. I saw the interview with Kirby Smart day before yesterday, and the reporters and stuff asked him about was he going to be coming back, and because they heard he's
Who
coming
we
back.
talking about, Ed?
We're talking about the coach for Alabama.
Okay, I just want to
Yeah,
were
we
you
talking
up
about
on it?
yeah Nick Saban. We're talking about Saban, but he said Kirby knows Nick. He was with Nick for almost 9 years there at Alabama, and Kirby Smart is the head coach at Georgia. And they asked him in an interview when he did for the SEC, and they asked him about was Nick coming back, and he said nope, he is not coming back. He said that's just a rumor. He said, but he is still into college football. He got his nose in there. He's been
Well, he
interviewing.
needs to shut up about the NIL.
Well, they asked him about that too, and Kirby just kind of glanced over it and everything. He said, "Well, Nick is from the old school, and he has his own ideas about things and stuff, and that is his own ideas, nobody else's. That's how he feels." But he says, "I'm in my, I think he's in his 10th year now at Georgia, and he says there's something that I'm going to have to deal with because it's real. It's out there." And we're going to have, if you want to be successful in this game, you're going to have to deal with it because these kids are getting paid. Yep. I know who you're talking about, my hero.
Well, you know
Soon
what? This right here has got to be the worst weekend that this knucklehead has had in a long, long, long time.
No, I
Because
don't think this was his worst one. I think his worst weekend came when when girlfriend brought his butt down here to be booked and stuff at the Atlanta City Jail. That was bad for him. He hated that bad because he didn't want to get on that plane and come down here, man, and have to be booked and everything and did a mugshot it. he he hated that. Oh, he tried to get out of that. He tried his best to get out of that. That was belittling to him. Coming down here and have to get a mugshot and fingerprinted. Oh man. But it might prove to be the biggest. I don't know. We have to see. It's still brand new.
well, this right here is what, the fourth or fifth day that they've been talking about it now?
Well, the Democrats tried to bring it up real tough there, but the people who really took him down and stuff with those folks there at Fox News and that guy and stuff. What's his name? The Pillow Man, Jeffrey something.
Oh, I
Jeffrey.
haven't heard him say anything about it. I think the person that was upset about it was the deputy FBI guy.
Well, he got upset about it because his friends in MAGA was on his butt. That's the one who got really upset about it, but he didn't really drive that thing. The ones who really drove it were Tucker Carlson. He was the one that drove that stuff and everything. Said, "Hey, wait a minute now. You told us that you were going to do this stuff." And then the other girl, Laura Ingram, and everything, she pushed that stuff and everything real tough. And once she started pushing, she had a big following of maggots behind her. And once she started pushing and everything, everybody else started falling in line and pushing the crap out of them. And then what killed it was that letter and stuff and everything that they said they had at the Wall Street Journal. That really did it. That got him really shook up
I
because
think
he wasn't.
this is. I'm a conspiracist. I think that the only reason why they allowed him to become president and pushed him to be president to keep them taxes going, them low taxes. He done that. So we done with you, bro. We're done with you. You got our tax bill, and it's gonna be forever. We done with you because we tired of your mess. I believe that's what it is, bro. We
Could
done
be.
with you.
Could
But
be.
he got his money. He ain't got his money. He got billions of dollars. They invested a whole lot of money in this little Truth Social. They bought his coins. They bought all his little gadgets.
They're conservatively saying that he done quadrupled his wealth and everything since he
Yeah,
came in January.
yeah. He worth about 5-6 billion now.
No, they said about 10.
10. Okay.
Said he
Well,
worth
he
about
been
$10
lying talking
billion.
about he was worth 10
He said
billion.
him and his family is worth over $10 billion, I heard.
10 billion.
Yes, sir. He done increased his wealth
So he
tenfold.
can walk away now.
Yep.
He can say due to health, he got to sit down.
Well, they still may want to use him for a few things and stuff. I think probably what they have done, they done kind of cut him off a little bit and everything, saying he's getting too tough out there. And it could be also the fact and everything that he is screwing with Wall Street and stuff with this damn tariff shit. I think come August the 1st and everything, we're going to find out what's going to happen. If he doesn't pursue this crap in August the 1st and stuff about all this tariff stuff and everything that we know, they done got to him. Because Wall
And then
Street
he messing
doesn't,
with the
yeah,
Fed.
right. Wall Street does not like to have their money and stuff being jacked around. Even though they were making money, they like long term planning. They don't like this up and down crap at his whim. They a lot of them make money, but they don't like that. They like stability, and he is destroying this daggone country and stuff and everything because Ted. People aren't realizing it and stuff and everything, but the only reason why he hasn't been able to get these folks and stuff to come in and do this tariff stuff because every time he turn around, he's lying. Well, we doing this with this country, doing that. He's not doing shit with them people. They are bypassing his ass now. China's bypassing him. Canada is bypassing him. European Union is bypassing him. And Mexico is bypassing him. They out there doing their own damn agreements and stuff, and they making this country almost null and void. And these people that got their money here in this country, they ain't liking that shit. They screwing this daggone country up. He is anyway, and they ain't liking it. They are not liking all this tariff crap that's going on, and they want them to get back to this free trade agreement that they got with Canada and Mexico. Because a lot of these companies here were making a lot of money and stuff with this free trade stuff going on, and he's upset the apple cart with this bullshit about this tariff. He's upset a whole lot of people. So we'll find out. We don't know. The story going to come out August 1st. When August 1st go by, if you hear him saying, oh, well, we're going to do this in September, you know they got to him. Anyway, final word, brother. We at the end.
What I wanted to say is what I began with. I'm just saying that we'll focus on this mess, and that's fine. They want to do that. But as far as I'm concerned, we are $36 trillion in debt. And the fact is that a lot of people is going to be hurting, and you're not going out there talking to the people and organizing and getting these people engaged and seeing how they feel. You got enough people that were willing to volunteer, and some of them, okay, you can pay them $500-$600 a week or whatever to organize this thing. I'm telling you, that's what's going to work. As far as I'm concerned, you got to get out there and educate the people, and you got organizations out there already, but they need money. You got to stop asking for money for your campaign and start asking money to get those people out of the offices and get out there in the street and talk to these people. 10 people, 20 people at a time. It's not that hard to do. That's my thing.
I
Gotta talk to the people.
I find it very, very strange, Ted, and a couple of people have brought this up, and why they have brought it up out there in the news, folks, not the major news folks, but some people out there who on these streaming sites or whatever, who starting their own shows and everything. They are bringing this whole thing into view that this two-party system and stuff that we have in this country and everything that has been in here for a long, long, long time. And the fact that Trump is in charge of the Republican Party, he is the leader, and everybody knows that. When you say Republican Party and stuff, they figure MAGA and Trump. Those are the Republican Party. They their poll numbers and stuff are falling way down, but the fact that the Democratic Party is seeing even lower than the Republican Party right now and everything speaks very, very loudly that people do not trust the Democrats. They don't believe that the Democrats will get out there and fight. Not believe it. And the poll numbers are speaking out. Their numbers in some polls are lower than Republicans are. But you usually would find that one of them down, the other one's up. One of them down, the other one's up. That ain't the way it is now. Republicans is down and the Democrats is even lower. And how they're going to come out of that daggone darkness and stuff, Ted, I don't know. Like you said, we need to have somebody out there, and we got to have a leader. And I don't see no leader out there. Nobody who is really taking charge. Nobody is really
They're
taking charge.
just hoping for the numbers here. They're saying this guy's so bad, y'all cannot be real and think, and they're looking at their sure up votes. They know they got those votes, but the point is that you can't depend on those votes because there's people out there that will sabotage you. You got to get out there and get in them red states.
And the people who are getting out there and getting in them, they need to leave them alone. Don't Democrats shouldn't be denigrating them. They shouldn't be denigrating AOC because she does a thing over there. They shouldn't be denigrating Bernie Sanders because he goes into those red states. But anytime they go there, they get a big gathering and stuff. But you got Democrats who still sitting there and stuff. They they need a vision. They need a vision. Somebody out there who
They got to stop talking about, yeah, we know people need health care. Yeah, we know you should protect Social Security and Medicaid and all that, Medicare. But the point is, like you just said, they need a vision. What's your vision for America?
Yeah. What is your vision? What is your purpose? And stick with it and stay with it.
And-
Whatever it
and
is, stay
then-
with it. And if somebody beats you up about it, you keep going. Damn them. Get your
And then on
vision and
top
keep
of that,
going.
you got to start talking about, I ain't talking about these unions and stuff. You got to start talking about small businesses. What you going to do about small businesses? Because that's what really employment is, really. Majority of the people work for small businesses. And you got to support them and create more small businesses.
We need a leader. I don't know where you're gonna get it from, but people, you all stand up and find us a leader. Somebody find us a leader somewhere, because I don't see it in the folk we got now. Yeah, they're not leading. They just following people. Anyway, talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.